Hi, good morning. Yes, it's really dark in here. Yes, you can hardly see me, I bet. But you can hear me. And if you weren't staring at a screen and you were really here in person, you could sense me. You could smell me. I don't know if you would want to taste me. Who knows? But we're doing something different. Talked about change, right? We're going to change it up a little bit. We're changing it up a little bit because today is Monday, Dr. Martin Luther King Day. Kids have no school. So I don't want to wake them up. However, I would like you to see me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to turn the light on. There. Is that a little bit better? I'm also changing what device I use to record these on. As I talked about my iPhone, whatever. I still haven't figured that out yet. So I'm using my laptop. So I don't think the camera's as good on the laptop, but anywho, here we are. I have not posted anything in the last couple of days because it's been the weekend. I've been spending the weekend with my kids, living life, making mistakes, doing all these things. But I really wanted to record something this morning because I've learned a lot of things. I've gathered a lot of insight, and I just want to share them with y'all. The thing I want to touch upon this morning is control. Right? I've been looking around at things. I've been looking around at how I interact with people. I've been looking around at how other animals interact with other animals. And you're hearing the cats outside for a reason. It's crazy, but it's another story for another day. Anywho, why do we communicate? We communicate to send information. I have something I want, I need, I find insightful. I have information to share with y'all, right? In a conversation, there usually has to be two parties or more to have a conversation. Otherwise, you're just sitting here talking to yourself, which I do all the time. Most of the time, I just pray. I talk to him instead, or her, or it, or whatever you believe in, whatever your higher power is. When we have a conversation, it involves more than one party. I say something that I think, I believe, I want to share. The other person, the other party says something they think they want to share. They have information on, whatever, right? And y'all go back and forth. The world we live in nowadays uses our voice and our words to manipulate each other. The definition of manipulate means handle or control. Control or influence. Animals can't speak. Animals cannot use words to manipulate each other. Animals just deal with each other. I've always said in my life, if you want to know if a person is good or bad, give them an animal or a baby. That animal will tell you. How does that animal or baby know? How do they know if you're a good or bad person? They watch your actions. They don't know what you're saying. You cannot manipulate an animal. And that's a great thing. What if we lived in a world with no words? What if you were trying to communicate with a person that doesn't speak the same language as you? Your actions, what you do, how you handle something. Look, this is a bucket. You would give the bucket to somebody else. You couldn't use the word bucket. I don't even know if that's what you call this thing, but it's just sitting here for Christmas, right? Your actions, what you do, not what you say. And a lot of times manipulation is saying one thing and doing another. You want to know a person's real intentions? Start paying attention to what they do, not what they say. A lot of times we, again, are our own worst enemies. We get in our heads and we convince ourselves of one thing or another. And that's it. And that's all we focus on. I'm going to do a whole nother thing on focus. Because it's just you get what you give. whatever you pay attention to, whatever you want, do that, and that's what you'll get, right? One of the biggest things I wanted to share this morning was the serenity prayer. I'm sure y'all kind of know what that is already. How do you know what that is? Because it works. All these things or beliefs or how we got to where we are today came from somewhere. And so I'm just going to read it to you. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I can control whether the light was on or not when I recorded this video, right? Y'all couldn't control that. Y'all couldn't control turning the lights on and seeing what was around you or what was in this video. I could. I controlled that. I turned the light on. I'm hoping by sharing these videos that that's all I'm doing, is that I'm turning the light on for y'all. I'm just giving y'all a different perspective. I'm, again, learning the lesson so y'all don't have to, because it is hard. Making all these changes is hard. I went back and I listened to my video the other day about change, and then I took it a step further. When I was talking about boiling the water, it heats up. It gets hot. It goes under pressure. Those were my words. It is hard to make these changes. We need to be put in a position where we have to get heated up. It's like, you either make it or you break. That saying's a little different when it's coming out this morning, but you know what I mean. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? However, if you don't put yourself in a position to be killed to begin with, you'll never learn the lesson. You'll never grow. And a lot of us avoid that. We have learned that if I don't open myself up, if I don't become vulnerable, I can't get hurt. If I don't love someone else, they can't hurt me, right? It's the yin, it's the yang, it's the up, it's the down. If I don't go get a job, I won't make money. All the concepts are everywhere. If I don't sit down, then I won't get up. If I get up, I'm higher. If I sit down, I'm lower. It's just that simple. For every up, there is a down. For every good, there is a bad. Unfortunately. And I've been learning this too. The more good I am putting out there in the world, the more bad is coming back into my life. And I have to decide. I have to say the serenity prayer to myself. I don't have to, but I want to. I want more good in this world. Good is hard. Evil is easy. I think about those cartoons where you would see Bugs Bunny or whatever with the angel on one side and the devil on the other side. We do it to ourselves all the time. That's how we make decisions. We look at the good, we look at the bad, and then which one do we really want? What do we want more out of life? Back to my prayer. The literal definition of serenity means the state of being calm, peaceful, and untroubled. Just every decision we make, anything we change, anything we do, we have to look at and decide, what do I have control over? We don't have to, but if we want an end result that's good for us, these are things we need to decide, right? Sorry, I'll get distracted. The cats are outside. The cats are outside because I've been feeding the stray cats. I've been opening the window just a little bit, putting the food on the inside. I realized that if I give these baby kitties a safe place to be, and I give them the food that they want, they will slowly start to come in. However, at first, we did that. And then we would slam the door on them and try to trap them in the house because we would want them. We want a cat. That didn't work. That just scared them away. They wouldn't come back for days. I don't blame them. I'd be scared now too. Now they're all fighting outside because the window crack is only like this big. And there's only one bowl of food. Right? So then the kitty cats are, fighting each other. They are meowing at each other. They are territorial. Once we started doing this over time, over a few months, they came in and they started peeing in my house. Started peeing in my house to mark their territory so other cats wouldn't come. So now I have to change something else and figure it out because I don't want them peeing in my house anymore. So how do I keep helping these animals and provide for them without them damaging my house? This is what I'm learning now. And it's taken us months to get to where we are in the first place. It takes time. It takes time to keep controlling the things that you can and keep changing the things that you can. The last thing I wanted to touch upon this morning is prioritizing. Priority, the fact or condition of being regarded or treated as more important. There is only so much time in each day. There is 24 hours in each day. A lot of times we take 8 hours to sleep. So that knocks us down to when I'm not good with math, right? 16 hours left. How do I know how to do that so fast? Because I keep doing math. The more you do a skill, the better you get at it. Learning how to read. How do we know our ABCs? We know our ABCs because we've repeated them over and over and A, B, C, D, E. Over time, we learned that these were these things. It takes time. In a day, there is only so many hours. You can only change so many things in each day. I challenge you to start looking at what are the biggest things you struggle with. Is it your relationship with your kids? Is it money? Is it housing? Is it food? Do you want a better diet? All of these things, just pick one. You cannot change all of them in one day. It takes time. Change takes time. It took you so long to get to where you are now that it's going to take you that long to retrain your brain to do it a different way. I don't know. I could keep sitting here talking about manipulation, talking about time, talking about what you have control over. Situations happen in your life, and we are so quick to just respond because of our natural response. This is what I've done in the past. This is what I'm going to keep doing. Well, if you've done it in the past and you're not getting the results that you want, stop doing what it is that you were doing. You don't want your kids to keep playing video games every day when they get home and do their homework first. Stop buying them video games. You don't want to keep eating what you're eating. Don't buy it and put it in your refrigerator to begin with, and guess what? You're not going to eat it. You want to focus more on something else. Well, then put more of that something else in your life. All of these things I'm learning, and it's hard, and I'm prioritizing. This weekend, I spent time with my kids. I lived life. I went. I did. I saw a family. We had fun. We cleaned the house. All these things. I did not prioritize in a video for y'all, which I regret because I really think these are starting to make a difference. So now I'm going to just make a schedule and I'm going to take the time to start investing more in this because I really think it's starting to make a difference. It's starting to make a difference because I'm just talking about things that happen in life. We all deal with these things. And the more that we don't talk about it, the more that we don't deal with it, the less we are able to change it. The more scared we become of it. The more we let that control us compared to us having the control. Usually when someone manipulates you, it's because you have given them the control. I read a lot of inspirational quotes all the time because they really resonate in me. I connect with them. I enjoy reading them because they just make me think differently. And a lot of them are about stop letting people hurt you and, stand up for yourself and what are your boundaries and things like that. And they just remind you that you do have control over your life. It is your life, not mine. Mine is my life and yours is yours, right? But I want the best for y'all. I want y'all to start realizing what control you do have in your life. And just do it. Just implement it. I hope that y'all take the time to turn your light on. You want a better life for yourself? Start investing more time in yourself. It all boils down to the battle of good and evil. And that is not our fault. It is not something we wanted. It's not something that we asked for. We all want to be good. But there is bad out there. And it will try to take what good you have because it sees it as, well, if I can't be good, you can't be good either. It's easier. I don't know. I go back and rewatch these and I reflect on a lot of things that I have to say too because I, again, am not perfect. I am just another person trying to live life, doing the best that I can. And that's all of us right now. And the world that we live in right now is so dark. So I hope y'all turn the light on today. Thank you. As always, thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you for putting up with the baby kitties out there making noises. You know, life is worth living. Whatever bad you had in the past, stop focusing on it. And start realizing, if you're 20 years old and you live till you're 100, you have 80 more years to go. Why are you going to let the 20 bad years consume so much of you? Start focusing on the 80 more that you have. Thank you. Thank you so much.